All right, what's good, everybody out there on YouTube? This is man Jet Set Shattuck. You're watching the Shattuck Zone, dropping some hot frog on this mic. Before we start with the podcast, I want to say a few things. I got a few videos coming. Life is busy. I'm currently on a work trip, so I'm gonna try to get some stuff out. I'm gonna try to edit the Hamura Hime video while I'm on this work trip. But otherwise, let's just get right into it. The other's a Kingdom Hearts video, so again, stay tuned. The topics for this video or this episode will be the KH4 news and speculation, the new season of Fortnite, GTA 6 leaks, and commentary. So I'm going to introduce that as a new section. I'm going to axe the manga section for right now, and the anime section because I'm not really reading or watching a ton of stuff right now because I'm busy with life. But we'll just go ahead and talk about the Kingdom Hearts 4 news. So first of all, I want to say Rip Hayden Panettiere. She played Kairi in Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and Birth by Sleep. I think her death was foul play, knowing her history and with abusers, etc., like that. That's all I'm going to say. Rest in peace. We lost a great one. But the new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 was shown off. The first version was truncated, and then we got the full version at the D23 showcase, which was awesome. We watched it here live on stream, and in all honesty, that was a really good showcase. We got a lot of insight into how they choose worlds, why they choose worlds, just overall, just a lot of development stuff with Kingdom Hearts. They even had a whole section with Haley Joel Osment and David Gallagher where they did the final scene in Kingdom Hearts 2, and it was just really awesome. You got a lot of insight into voice acting, what makes certain things difficult. Like Haley Joel Osment's voice is pretty deep if you've seen him in anything that isn't Kingdom Hearts. So him having to do Sora's voice is actually pretty difficult, and you could hear that during the reading of the Kingdom Hearts 2 scene. But it was overall pretty fucking awesome. So we got a new world, which is Coco. We got more Quadratum stuff. We actually got a few confirmations that a lot of people were speculating for a long time. That's the confirmation that the two characters we saw beforehand, the one with the black hair, is definitely Valley because Sora says his name really loud, and then Sigurd being the guy with the purple and gray coat, which again is awesome. I'm glad to see we're getting a lot of Dark Road, Union Cross, and Missing Link stuff. Hopefully, they delve more into that. Knowing Missing Link got axed will still always kind of hurt, but it's good to see that we actually are going to get a lot of that in this game. On top of that, we get some other stuff like playable Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. We knew Mickey would be playable to some capacity based off of previous screenshots we got way, way, way in the past. But seeing him playable here and seeing how it's kind of like a mini game world is pretty dope. Donald and Goofy are actually like fully playable characters with combos and everything. Hopefully, throughout the game, we actually get to play as them individually. Something tells me Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to focus on having, like, I guess, those three, Sora, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and hopefully Riku, because he shows up at the end of the trailer as playable characters. So we get multiple playable characters in different facets. I think that would be pretty dope. We also get a confirmation of mid-world Keyblades. It seems that Sora gets the Coco World Keyblade actually in the middle of the world, which is something we haven't really seen before. I don't want to say we haven't seen it before because someone may bring up a few cases where we see that, but generally you get the world's Keyblade at the end of the world. So to see that we're getting the Keyblade at the beginning is pretty fucking dope, in all honesty. And we get to see more of the Dandelions versus the Magitech group, which I'm pretty sure the Magitech group is going to be Yuzora's group. And I think they're going to delve more into that. It seems like Tetsuya Nomura is going to fit as much of the Versus 13 stuff as he can into Kingdom Hearts 4, and I'm really all here for it. To be honest, if he can do that, plus get all the Missing Link stuff and sort of tie things together, I think that'd be great. I think Yuzora is going to be linked more to Riku based off of the I guess the Remind secret cutscene or whatever at the end than he is Sora. And I just wanted to see how they delve with Sora's memory loss and stuff because it seems like he has memory loss in this game, which wouldn't be the first time he's gotten it or any character has gotten it. But I'd like to see how they delve into that in this game. It'd be pretty fucking awesome. I just think they need to find a way to cover all the mobile game stuff that got cut or stuff like Union Cross and Dark Road because you can no longer download those games, period. Play them in any capacity unless you've already downloaded it on your account and see those cutscenes. I just think those games games need to just straight up be remade in some capacity. It's one of those things that you don't think about until, like, some shit like this happens where they get removed and they're really important for the story of a series, or in this case, Kingdom Hearts going forward. Everything looks great graphically. Coco looks like it came out of the movie. It actually looks kind of better than the movie itself in some regards. So I'm glad to see that they really use UE5 in a very, very strong and unique way. It's just one of those things that I really hope that the people that liked everything the series has done so far get what they want. One of the issues I see, or I've seen in the past with the Kingdom Hearts community, is becoming less so and less so, is there are two types of niggas in the Kingdom Hearts community. There are Kingdom Hearts niggas, people who love all the games, love what the franchise does, and there's Kingdom Hearts 2 niggas. And every single time I see one of the Kingdom Hearts 2 niggas complain, it makes me want to rip my hair out. It's honestly ridiculous. And I've gotten to the point where anytime someone starts comparing something to Kingdom Hearts 2, I just feel like it's a bad faith argument. Not because, it's wrong to do so, but if you've been in the community long enough, there was just a period, especially right before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and right after it came out, that the Kingdom Hearts 2 people just felt like they needed to slander every game in the series that wasn't Kingdom Hearts 2, especially Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm just really excited for Kingdom Hearts 4. Y'all let me know if y'all are excited. I think we're going to get basically the best game we possibly could from Kingdom Hearts 4, and I'm excited. I'm glad to see that it's coming late 2027. I think Square Enix is setting up their year for 2027 to be pretty big. They have at least two big Final Fantasy releases in Final Fantasy VII Revelation and Final Fantasy VII, or not Final Fantasy VII, but Final Fantasy Resonance, which is, the first HD 2D Final Fantasy game, which is pretty exciting to me. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 at the end of the year. They have, I think their fiscal year is actually like in the middle of the year, something like that. So Kingdom Hearts, I think, fits at the beginning of their fiscal year for like 2028. Honestly, this is all dope. I'm excited. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section. We've talked about it on stream, by the way. Make sure you watch the streams. It's actually where I'll talk about a lot of stuff, and you can ask me questions live. Usually I'm pretty candid about my answers. I mean, even in the comment sections, if you've been there, I do a lot of voice replies, or I reply to comments a lot, however I can. So again, let me know how y'all feel in that comment section. Next thing I want to talk about is actually GTA 6 news / leaks. I don't want to go over a ton that's in the leaks, but I want to say that it's gotten some gameplay leaks from this group called CyberLeak, which I think they're doing it in bad faith. So before we go on, they've plastered their little fucking cryptocurrency all over the gameplay footage of Grand Theft Auto 6 that they have. I think they recently released a video where they spelled out leak with bullet holes in the game. So it's very obvious that they have a build of the game, and they're not just releasing footage that Rockstar had internally. I think GTA 6 is looking to be good. It looks like a much more advanced GTA. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed because it's GTA again, but I don't know what they expected. This is one of those games that I feel like will never live up to the hype. It's one of those situations where people have in their head what a GTA 6 needs to be, especially considering Rockstar's prestige and attention to detail and so many of their other titles like Red Dead Redemption 2 and even games like GTA 5 or the original Red Dead Redemption. I'm excited for it, but I don't think I'm gonna buy it on launch off principle because there's no physical copy. But the gameplay is GTA. It's one of those things that, again, I don't want you to set your expectations high for, but I think the graphics look really fucking good. So far, they've only shown off Jason gameplay, nothing with Lucia, which makes me think they just have like a vertical slice of the game as far as like gameplay builds go. But hopefully we get to see Lucia gameplay at that Netflix event, which is happening, I think, on like the 27th or the 28th. I'm recording this on the 22nd, and I wrote this all up probably on like the 15th or something like that, right after the Kingdom Hearts 4 shit. So just know that. And really, I just think there are bad intentions here. They're saying they're giving Rockstar a list of demands like they need to do X, Y, and Z, and most importantly, they're trying to take over the physical media outrage that people have been facing with a lot of games, but specifically GTA 6. And I think it's just disingenuous and it kind of smears the look of the physical media fight that a lot of not only gamers but people in general are facing with their music, their movies, etc. People want to own their stuff, and using that fight and that movement to justify leaking GTA 6 and pumping your cryptocurrency, which I think, like, if I remember, it was like at 11 million at one point, and I think now it's skyrocketing because I said, hey, if you give us money and you pump our coin, we're going to release more footage. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of evil. And it's taking advantage of people. On one hand, you could say, oh man, people are dumb enough to do that, but you got to realize the average person is not that smart. I work in the hospitality industry, and I've learned that people are just not smart enough to realize, hey, maybe you shouldn't. How do I put it? Maybe you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z thing. You can't give the average person the benefit of the doubt. But I wouldn't share any gameplay if I were y'all. And, if you're sharing it to someone, make sure it's like private. It looks good. It looks like GTA. So if you're looking for just a more immersive and more detailed GTA experience, I would look forward to it. Like some of the footage, I think he's robbing a store, and like if you know how a till works at like a cash register, like they're pulling out the exact amount of money from each different till to give to Jason. The driving looks like it's going to have a little bit more depth. It's a lot more loose than it is in GTA 5. There's like a gas system, which I'm kind of interested in. I don't know if that's going to work in GTA. In most games in general, that is the one thing that they ask, no matter how realistic the game is. Mostly because you gotta like have the one component, make it a video game. But maybe they do something interesting with that. And it looks like there's like a morality system, which I think is pretty dope. So I don't know. If you've seen it, how do you feel about it? Are you excited for GTA 6? Does it make you more excited? Does it make you less excited? Are you like concerned about where the game is headed? I don't know. We'll get some more stuff at that Netflix showcase, which I think is ridiculous, but hey, it's whatever. And we'll go into our next section, which is our, second to last section, which is the new Fortnite season. Now, I don't know if you guys know, I was like a Fortnite head for like a hot minute. Like I was getting level 200 every season because I wanted all the skins, all the shit. And this might be one of those seasons where I tap back in and I lock back in. They have basically all my favorite fucking franchises in the game now. Sonic is the poster character for this specific battle pass, and he's actually the first skin, which is really good for those who don't want to, I guess, necessarily have to grind out the whole battle pass to get them. On top of that, we have characters like Sora, Crash Bandicoot, Mega Man, Spyro, all coming to the game. And I just think that's fucking awesome, man. This is one of those things I'm surprised they didn't do sooner. So hopefully we get more. I think Nintendo is also possibly hinting a collab. I know they tweeted out something Fortnite related that was vague without like an image or something. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen or some shit like that right now. If not, I'm probably too tired to do it. But I think that would be even bigger than having Sonic and Sora from Kingdom Hearts. The reason I say that is because in the past, we know based off of like the big Epic Games, what is it called, versus Apple court case, that we had a lot of things. I don't want to say leak, but we know that there was supposed to be Samus in the game to match up with the other hunters from Sony and Microsoft. So we had Kratos, the God Hunter. We had Master Chief as a hunter, and we would have Samus as a hunter for the season 4 hunters, which had Lara Croft. I think this is chapter 2, season 7. Lara Croft. I think we got the Street Fighter collabs with Chun-Li and Ryu. A lot of video game skins that season, and to be honest, it was disappointing not having a Nintendo one, especially considering what we would have is basically like awesome. I don't know. I just felt like that would have been easy money, especially to like promote the Metroid series, which traditionally doesn't sell very well. I mean, I think Metroid Dread is one of the best selling in the series so far, and it's not like a Mario, it's not like a Zelda, it's not a 10 million unit seller. It pushes 1 to 2, maybe 3, 4, 5 million units at best. So it'd been great to see Samus in the game in some capacity. I think if we ever get collab skins for Fortnite from Nintendo, it'd be probably Samus from Metroid, or it'd be Legend of Zelda characters like Link, Zelda, Ganondorf, etc. Especially those from like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like that'd just be easy bank for Nintendo and Epic Games. I feel like people would hop on board immediately. I'm just super excited. I'm just again surprised a season like this didn't come sooner. It's one of those things where you realize that no matter how much money companies know they can make, there's a lot of shit that's involved when you're dealing with this amount of money. And then finally, let's go on to the commentary section. It's just I chose a few notable comments from the past like 2 weeks or last couple of videos to respond to. I responded to these comments, beforehand. One is actually from my Pal World video, and that's from Jay Solaris6. In here, he says, admittedly, the controversy surrounding the game has soured my perception of it. Despite that, it is neat to see it forge its own identity over time. Visually, the game looks nice and well made from a gameplay standpoint. I definitely agree that the art direction could be a lot stronger, though, especially with how Pokemon coded everything still is. Just a little bit more of a unique touch would go a long way to give this game a stronger identity. That's just in reaction to what I said about Pal World. I just said I wanted a stronger visual identity for it. I do like the route they took based where they are now from where they originally were, because it really did just look like Breath of the Wild X Pokemon in a way when they initially revealed it. But now it's, that realistic art style combined with the, Pokemon nature of the character designs, and not only the monsters, but also the human characters. I think they've done a good job in getting that feel, but I feel like they could do a lot more to make it a little bit more unique. I think the controversy surrounding the game was a bit overblown when it initially went into like beta and stuff, and people were talking about like models being stolen and stuff, mostly because they didn't have definitive evidence that models were stolen or remodeled over, etc. It just, I don't know. I feel like there have been more egregious things than what Power World has done, and don't get me wrong, Pocket Pair is very egregious in some of the things they do. Like Craftopia exists, and it's very obvious that they kind of just straight up ripped models from Breath of the Wild in that game. Whereas in Power World, I feel like that's less so. Especially the further you go on in Power World, it's obvious that they wanted to make a product that kind of stands on its own in the monster tamer genre. A lot of like the newer mons or pals in that game, they just look good. They're very unique, and I enjoy that about it. Overall, it's one of those games that I think people should try. I'm surprised they haven't announced the Switch 2 version, but I think that's mostly because they're still in litigation with Nintendo. I feel like Nintendo wouldn't care at the end of the day. They would just try to get their money. I think the only reason Nintendo took them to court was less so because they wanted to, and more so because they felt like they had to make a point, because they didn't want more companies getting this close again to what they did with Pokemon. And I think that's why, if people weren't talking about it as much as they were, I don't think Nintendo would have done anything legally speaking. So we also have another one from Lezardex 6355, and it says, "I get why nobody likes the game key card. They are for the most part digital games with extra steps." I think this is from my physical games are dying or whatever. It was me responding to the news that Sony is functionally killing physical games for the PlayStation, which again is asinine and kind of stupid and evil. But they go on to say, but those extra steps means you can share your game key card physically to another member of your family. You can't do that with digital only. It's really not that bad as everyone says. You can actually do that on Nintendo platforms. I'll say that much. You can actually just share with your family or locally with virtual game key cards. That's where those come from. And it's a middle ground, especially people have no issue buying games on Steam, which I do. I do and don't agree with. Games, if you want to play games on PC, you have to buy them or digitally. There's no real physical market for PC games, mostly because PC gamers let that die. But the game key card, I do agree, is not as bad as all digital, but you still don't own it. That piece of plastic winds up not working once those servers go down, or if they go down. Like we like to say, oh, I don't see Nintendo going, downhill the next, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. But
I mean, coming off of the phenomenal success of the Wii, then going into the Wii U, Nintendo almost fell apart. If the Switch hadn't succeeded, they would become third party. That's how bad the Wii U did. And that's in recent history. I mean, the Switch 1 came out in 2017, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Nintendo was close to exiting the console market. One of the, companies that kind of helped for, push the console market further and get the console market out of the rut it was in after I think the failure of Atari and other companies. So I think this is you gotta tread lightly. I feel like PC gamers don't really have a stake in this, mostly because they don't buy games physically. And I don't say this in a sense that, and I bring this up because they say if you don't have any issues buying games on Steam, I think people need to realize Valve in particular is not their friend. None of these companies are. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, Valve, especially. I think Valve is one of the most misunderstood companies by video gamers. Everyone praises Gabe Newell, a billionaire, meaning he's had that committed wage stuff. That's the only way you can become a billionaire. There's very few ways you can ethically become a billionaire, and Gaben probably is not ethically become a billionaire. But when you look at Valve, right, they are one of the companies that helped push loot boxes, if not created. And on top of pushing loot boxes, just microtransactions onto gamers in unethical ways. Think Team Fortress 2, Counter Strike, etc. I've just never really understood why people have the allegiance to Valve that they do. People talk about sales, but on Nintendo and PlayStation, their sales all the fucking time. Same with Xbox, their sales all the fucking time. I've bought games that were $60, $70 for like $3 or $4 on my Switch. I do get that people, again, love Valve. They love Steam because Steam is a great launcher. It's the reason why it's the de facto launcher on PC. I just believe that people need to get their head out of their ass when they talk about Valve. It kind of always feels like anytime you bring up anything about Valve negative, that people, feel the need to unabashedly defend them. I think about the Linus Tech Tips Steam Machine video in which he makes Valve seem like the small guy in the PC gaming space, when in reality, they dominate in the fact that they couldn't make a box for less than $1,000 that's functionally performant as a base PS5. It's just fucking asinine. I don't know. I'm going off rails, but in general, I agree with the sentiment of this comment. Like, it could be a lot worse. And, I can already see Microsoft kind of phasing out physical copies because they were the ones who originally wanted to kind of do that in a way. But based off of leaks we've gotten from about the Helix or the Xbox Helix that's coming, it seems like they're going to try to do complete backwards compatibility with every generation of Xbox. So I feel like they're going to have some type of disk drive for you to at least play your previous games with Helix, which I won't lie, would actually be a big consumer friendly move. Would be pretty fucking dope. I don't know what do you guys want me to talk about? If you join the Discord, you can actually drop things like news in the news channel. I think I'm going to make a suggestion tab if there's not one already in the Discord. And overall, just what are your thoughts on everything I talked about today? GTA 6, the Fortnite stuff, and the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I plan on uploading some more videos soon, so keep an eye out. Sorry, I've been busy. If you've been at the live stream, I've been doing DoorDash, Instacart on top of my regular job, so things have been pretty hectic for me. If you see my eye twitching in this video, that's probably why. But this has been your man, Jet Set Shattuck. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share this out with your friends. Remember, Hot Faraga turns to Cold Blizzaga. Follow some of my other videos and follow your boy on Twitter at MobShattuck100 and join the Discord. Remember, Hot Faraga turns to Cold Blizzaga. Check out some of my other videos. Peace and have a good one.